Hello, my name is Flo. This is the Grape Jelly Library where we love to talk about books. And today we are going to talk about some of the books that I read in 2023. Hello, I hope today finds you well. Thank you so much for joining me. I always look forward to your visit. In front of me, I hold my profile for the Goodreads 2023 Year End Reading Book Challenge. And before I go any further, let me just say my year in reading was not stellar. Um, Not according to the amount of books that I read. I was pleased with that. I think I read 65. Was it 65? It was. So that's not the part that has me. It's the quality of books that I've read in the year of 2023. Now, I'm a diverse reader. I'm pretty much open to any kind or any type of genre, but nothing really seemed to jump out at me in comparison to previous years. In the past, there were times where I really seriously had a hard time choosing which one was going to be, you know, the grand prize winner of my heart. Uh, this year, I did not struggle with that at all. Most of the books that I read were good at best. I gave a couple of 5-star ratings. Yes, I did. But just because I give a book a 5-star rating doesn't mean that it resonated with me, that I, took it to heart. I enjoyed it. I appreciated the writer's talents. But as far as writing home about, oh, this wonderful book, you must absolutely read it. I haven't come across too many of those in 2023. Let's just look at some of the books that I read. The shortest book that I read was The Jellybean, and that was by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I really think that the only reason why I read that book is because it was hanging out in my um, e-library. So I thought, let's just get that gone. Um, the longest book that I read was American Prometheus. It's the story of J. Robert Oppenheimer. Um, that book I did give 5 stars, and that book I do love. I read my first Harry Potter book this year, and it was the very first book that J.K. Rowling wrote, The Sorcerer's Stone. And I did enjoy that. I liked it. The only book that I physically gave a handwritten review on was a book by Coda, and that is For You Who Know Who You Are and Some of You Who Don't. That was a gift given to me by MJ, a gift given to MJ by Coda. He gave her extra, told her pass it on. And I'm so glad that I was the lucky recipient to receive that book. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I took the time to, give him a written review. Other times I just give a star rating. Um, tomorrow, and tomorrow. Mm. Behind the Candelabra, um, The Life of Liberace. That one I loved. I loved that story. I come from the 70s, and I can totally relate to that time. So the book that I thought was trying to tell me something, David Grohl, the storyteller, turned out not to be wanting to tell me anything at all. It was just all in my mind. Finding Me by Viola Davis. That That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole. That was probably my second favorite book of the year. I really enjoyed that one. Gone with the Wind. That was a flop. Kelly Ripa Livewire. I'm not a fan of hers, but she tells a good story. Crying in H Mart. So many people gave that rave reviews. I wasn't there for it. The Gotti Wars by John Gleason. I wanted that to be so much more than it was. No, it wasn't. Um, Confessions of a Serial Killer, The BTK Killer by Catherine Ramsland. I thought I was going to, be captivated by this story because I am all about like FBI and forensics and that kind of thing, true crime. But I had to abandon ship. The more I read, the worse it seemed to get. Paris, the memoir, she tells a good story. Georgie All Along by Kate Clayborn. That was cute. I enjoyed that. Elvira by Cassandra Peterson. I enjoyed that. Everybody likes a little spilt tea now and again, right? Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. Curiosity had me reading that one, and you know what? I liked it. As strange as it was, I liked it. I read 1984 for the second time, and I have to say, I came out of this one a little bit easier than I did the first time I read it, but I still don't like it. Jaws, I read that book. I lost that book for quite a while, and then I found it again. And I liked it. I liked it. This coming from a person who has never seen the movie. Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Stradal. He's a good writer. He did a good job with that. I also come from a time where family dining and family eateries were the thing, so I could appreciate the story that he was telling. Lillian Boxfish takes a walk. Kathleen Rooney. I liked it. It's the story about an elderly woman who raids her closet. She actually has the finer things stocked in her closet. So she puts on this fur coat and she takes herself on a walk through the city streets of New York. And then she just describes the scenery and her thoughts as she walks. I liked it. I thought it was different. Hello Molly by Molly Shannon. I enjoyed that just as much as I enjoyed Tina Fey's, Amy Poehler's, and Amy Schumer's book. Amy Schumer's in a little bit of hot water these days. I read my first Agatha Christie book this year, Halloween Party, and I adored it. I was there from first page to the last. I adored it. Cedric Kyle's Flipping Boxcars. Meh. Cackle, Rachel Harrison. 5 stars. She's a good writer. She tells a good story. I enjoyed it. I wanted to read that book for so long. I finally got around to it this year and I enjoyed it. Norm MacDonald. You know what? I'm going to say don't read that book. Don't. It's based on a true story, but it's kind of a lot fabricated too. So, it's leaving you at the end saying, well, most of this was The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. That was a good story. The Less People Know About Us, a story about crime in the sense of credit card fraud, identity theft, That was a good story. We have always lived in the castle. I liked it. So you know what? It's sounding like I had a pretty good reading year, isn't it? Yes, I enjoyed most of the books that I read, but none of them, none of them are in my heart, with the exception of one. This book I will carry in my heart and my head, for with me always and forever, because that's the kind of book that I love. That's the kind of book that I look for. Um, they're not easy to find, but they're out there. And the book that I am naming my 2023 book of books, the one that I adored, is Being Henry, The Fawns and Beyond by Henry Winkler. That one right there. I don't know where my book is. It's somewhere. But anyways, that one right there. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, loved that book, loved that story, loved his story, loved his honesty, his humor, his style. What can I say? That's my 2023 book of the year. Comment below. Let me know, what book did you love the most in the year of 2023? And let's hope, for my sake and anyone else out there who did not have a stellar year in reading, for your sake as well, that 2024 is the best reading year for us ever. Until my next video, know I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your dreams come true.